Hello everybody, it's Marie here from Pebbly Rose Paper Crafting. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. Thank you for joining me. Today's project is going to feature the Climbing Orchid stamp set, which is unfortunately retiring from the annual catalogue. In my previous video I did a haul of a couple of items I got from the new catalogue, and I featured this stamp set. I'm very late to the party, but I have always been eyeing this stamp set. So I'll be using this stamp set along with its matching Orchid Builder frames. These are wonderful. And I've discovered something fun with these frames too. You can build a 3D flower with this as well. So I'll show you that on another video. But that's what I'll be using today, the Climbing Orchid stamp set. I'm using the seasonal Layers Thinlit Dies for this gorgeous branch. And I'm using my all-time favourite Subtle Dynamic Embossing Folder, the Tea Together stamp set for the Happy Mother's Day sentiment, and the Swirly Frames stamp set for this lovely circle. So we shall get started on this project. What you will need, and this is the layout. So I just did a scribble. So we're going to have like the scribble circle there, and then the orchids that are going to go just around. And that's the layout of my card today. So I hope it turns out well. So what you will need is a piece of thick Whisper White cardstock of any card base you wish. So basically it's half an A4, scored in half again, and that makes it A6. So half an A4 is A5. Halve the A5 again and it becomes A6, okay? And so that's the dimensions, but you can use any card base you wish. Depending on which part of the world you're from, it doesn't really matter. I don't get hung up on measurements because, you know, it just depends what you're happy to work with. I'm sure this will work fine with all kinds of card bases, no matter where you are in the world. I've got a piece of layering Whisper White cardstock, just regular Whisper White cardstock. That will go over that way. I'm going to do this in landscape mode. You'll need some Granny Apple Green, just some scrap, and some scrap Whisper White. So to start off with, I am going to do some stamping. So I'm going to bring my Stamparatus, and I'm going to bring out that layering piece of Whisper White cardstock that goes on top of the card base. And I'm going to use the large circle. And I'll just do this all in real time. So I'm going to lay it out over here, I guess. Yeah. And for that, I'm going to use some Sahara sand. So I'll just stamp that. And what I love about using a stamp positioning tool such as the Stamparatus is if you need to go back, you can. So that's all done. I will be using the Stamparatus quite a bit for this project. So I'll get rid of that sheet now, so that's done. Put my stamp back in its case before I forget it. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the scrap piece of cardstock that I had there, and I'm going to lay out all of my images of the Climbing Orchid. So the sizes are going to be 1 large and 2 smaller ones. And just trying to think. So you have 2 options. You can build it as a 3D flower, and you can build it, or you can make it just the one image. So I'm just trying to think what I'll do. And just for the ease of this, I'm going to just stamp just the large one, but you can build it 3D if you want to. But I'm going to be a bit lazy today, and I'll just put that out, and then this one. Okay, so I'll put it this way. I'm going to use this and this, and now this is the first time I'm using this stamp set. So to reduce staining and so forth, I'm going to first ink it up with Versamark, wipe it off with my hand, do it again, wipe it off with my hand, and then I'll just do a Versamark layer right on the top. I do this, it reduces staining, and also what I find too is that the images come out a lot more crisp. So that's what I'm doing with that. I'm just going to grab a scrap piece of paper, so just bear with me for a second. Just quickly grab that, sorry. So I've just got a scrap piece of copy paper. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some lovely lipstick, and I'm going to stamp that. Okay, and with this now, what I'm going to do is grab my craft sheet. I'm going to do some ink blending. I've just finished stamping these two images together, and we'll cut these out in a minute. Also, what I want to do before I take off the Stamparatus is I want to also stamp the sentiment with the Happy Mother's Day. And for that, I was thinking of stamping it somewhere here in the middle, but I'm not sure. I'll just have a look at the placement and get an idea. So we'll have this there, and we'll have, excuse me, my voice, sorry, that. And then another card there, another image there. Let's see with the Happy Mother's Day. I might do that here actually. Yeah. So I'll just use the grids as a guide to make sure that it's straight. And I'll ink that up in Sahara sand. Oops. Oh, well, that worked. And then, yeah, that'll be fine now. So that's stamped. I shouldn't have used it with the pads on, so that was a bit silly of me, but it managed to work, so that's okay. Sometimes, yeah, things just work out, so I'll just get rid of that now. Put that on top. Okay. I haven't done this card before, so I have it in my head. So I plan it in my head for, you know, for a little while, and then I go for it when I film. So if it works out, great. If it doesn't, oh well, you get to see me stuff up, which, you know, it happens all the time with me. I stuff up all the time, so I'm keeping it real. Got stuff everywhere, so bad. Okay, so I'll just grab my subtle embossing folder, and I'm going to put this through that. And I'll bring up my big shot. Do that next time. If you're going to do the ink blending, just do it whilst it's on the sheet. See, I didn't think of that until now. So get rid of this. And I always clean this. Okay, what I'll do now is I'm going to make these flowers look 3D. So what I'll do is I'll bring over my piecing mat and my stylus, and I've got a fat end here and a skinnier end. I'm going to use the fatter end, and I'm going to turn this over, and I'm just going to give it some definition. So I'll just go around the flower to make it curl up. So I'll just go around all of these like that. You just press down. It would be better if you had like a larger end of this, but this will do too. It'll be fine. So it'll just give the flower a bit of a 3D effect. So it's just really messy at the back, and then what I'll do at the front is just push that down. So it gives it like a 3D effect, if you can see that. It'd be better if you had like a larger one of these, but it doesn't matter. And then with this one, we'll just do the same. And then you just put this little bit on top, and it gives it a 3D effect. I think that turned out really well. So we'll put that together in a minute. I'll just grab my smaller ones. the edges, and I'll just do that. And do that. Shaking my whole table when I do this. Okay. So just go along. Then you turn it over and you just go through the shape there a little bit. And that gives you a 3D effect, if you can see that. Okay, so I'll do the last one here. So it curls up, as you can see, right? So it curls up like that. Just do it a little bit more. Okay, and then you just go over where the middle part is. And then that's it. That just makes it curl up a little bit. So it looks nice. All right. So with these, I'm going to grab some dimensionals. And this will give it a whole effect. So I've already got some cut up here. So I've got one here that I can put in the middle. Okay, and then I'll just grab that and I'll put it over there. So it looks like that. See that? Isn't that beautiful? Love that. And then I was lucky I had cut these before. So I'll just get a little bit of a dimensional. You can use your mini dimensionals if you wish. And then put this over the top here. Like that. And the other one. Goes up that way. Okay, so that's now all done. So what I'll do is I'll bring my card and I'm going to glue that down with some of my glue. That over like so. And we'll just start doing the layout for this. So pop that there, pop that here and here. And then I'll have the tree branch and I'll do strategic kind of cutting with this. So I'll just grab my scissors. So I'll cut off this bit here. So I'll just make sure it's curved when I cut it. So it doesn't look like I've cut it off at all. So just pop that over like that. Then I will cut this bit off as well, but I'll curve it. Okay, so it looks like this. So you'll have that there. Then I'll have that like that. And then we can just join up the other bit underneath here. And it looks like that. So it kind of looks like it's curving down, but it's not. So, yeah, that's the idea I have. I'll cut it as well, so it looks like it's a longer branch. So cut that off there, just straight across. Okay, so you have a bit sticking out here, then you put this on top, then you have this bit sticking out like that, then you have that on top, right? And then go like that. So like that. And then we can make this go underneath there. So it looks like it's all part of the same branch in one piece when it's really in in 3 pieces. And it looks like it's just angling like that down. And then we'll do that. And we'll just make that go underneath that part of the branch. I think that looks beautiful. So I'll start sticking it down. So I'll get this branch here, grab the glue. I think that looks lovely. Like so. And then I'm going to stick this up with dimensionals. Yeah, dimensionals are really needed with this. I'll stick one in the middle there too. Like that. Take off the backings. Okay. Okay. I'll stick that there. I like using my tweezers for these special, especially these little bits here. Like that. Then so I'll do that like that. Like that. Then this will go here, so I can stick that on top. Put that there. And then that there. Make that go down like that. I think that'll look better. Excuse me. I haven't been well, so I'm just a bit all over the place at the moment. But there, I think that looks really good. Like that, yeah. So I'll add some more dimensionals. I'll just grab this and I'll rip off what I need. I think we can do that in 2 pieces, isn't that great? Same will go with this one down here. Go like that there. And one more. Cool. All right. So I'll take that all off. I'll take the backings off this one as well. And then we shall stick this here. And this one here. Just have a little bit of the branch peeking in underneath. And that is my card for today. I hope you like it. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. This climbing orchid stamp set is so beautiful. It took me a while to get it, but I have to say, whenever I was looking in the catalogue, I was always looking at this stamp set. And if I were you, I would grab it because this is in low inventory at the moment. So if you really like the orchids and you can do so many beautiful colour combinations, I would grab it if I were you. And this So Swirly stamp set is not retiring. The Swirly Frames, sorry. Swirly Frames is staying in the catalogue. So you can add really nice touches like this. And I love the touch of the subtle embossing folder with this card. It's absolutely beautiful. On the inside I'm leaving it blank, but you can add a flower there, but I'm just going to leave mine blank. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to ask. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. And I would really do appreciate your business if you wish to buy from me, if you're anywhere in Australia, and if you want to help support my channel, that will really help to support me so I can keep the content of this channel going. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.